has disappeared for the whole day, and we are into the last fixture of this match in this Dafabet T20 Cup. All to play for. The Dolphins can make it very easy for themselves. If they clear win, they will go straight to the final against the Titans. But it can get interesting. Could get interesting when the Lions upturn the plates, and they'll both end up on 2 points, and that will mean that net run rate will come into play. To start us off, Basson, the left arm seamer, to Marcus Ackerman on strike.
Yeah, lovely square cut once again. Match 4 here of Saturday. Super Saturday at SuperSport Park. I couldn't agree more with you with regards to the rain. I would never have thought we'd have 4 games.
That's middle stump, yeah.
Would have had 4 games in today. But very good for cricket, a spectacle here at SuperSport Park. And you could see straight away that the field has been set with the square point and a deep square as the go-to position in this T10 cricket without the conventional third man and fine legs. It's so important for JJ Basson not to give any room outside the off stump.
Kumulemo Piri will open the batting. He gets an opportunity. Just some experience from Marcus Ackerman. He walks down. He got struck on maybe the forearm. Just to give him a little bit of time. Basson, tall left armer, gets bounce. He can generate some pace as a left armer. One of those prospects of fast bowlers in South Africa. We've seen so many batters, youngsters. There's a little bit of movement as well with the new ball. But not only batsmen, there's a lot of bowlers that's shown a lot of prospect and a lot of talent for the future for South African cricket, our franchise system, and also our national teams that can benefit from these youngsters.
Yeah, I must say a lot to like about JJ Basson. Tall, lanky left arm seamer, very good wrist behind the ball. He's just going to get better and stronger with being within the line system, within the line setup, with full-time conditioning coach. So I would like to see serious progress with him in the next season or 2.
Smashed, used his feet, and that's the first maximum of this contest from the bat of Piri. Hard length, made his own width, maybe a little bit of room, and got hold of it.
Yeah, lovely shot. Very good timing for Kumalele Piri. You can see he realized that there was some pressure on him, his third delivery, and he gave himself some room, came down the wicket, and that hard length with the extra pace of JJ Basson, he just needed to time the ball to go for maximum towards the long boundary.
Bowled him. If you ever wondered what a slog looks like, that was one after a serious shot, the previous one. This is just a agricultural slog to mid-wicket. And it's a good comeback from Basson. JJ Basson, he has the last laugh in this contest.
Yeah, unfortunately, the inexperience from Piri right across the line there. And a very good comeback from JJ Basson. Pace. You miss, I hit, full and straight, and you could see right away Piri was looking to hit onto the embankment, too full on this occasion. He should have hit straight over the bowler's head, but nonetheless, the first wicket for the DP World Lions, and JJ Basson, the bowler, to strike first. New batter here for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. Andile Similani makes his way to the crease to join up with Marcus Ackerman.
Oh, very impressed with JJ Basson. I had a chat with my ex-teammate, Alan Donald, this morning, and he has high praises, sings high praises for this kid, JJ Basson. What a privilege for him, Basson, to work with such a legend and such a wealth of knowledge in this line setup. That's one thing that they have built a strong coaching team with Hashim Amla there. Again, What a delivery. Some movement back.
Yeah, that's incredible over. Very good finish there by JJ Basson. Went for 7 runs and picked up the wicket of Peary. But just the pace behind the ball, the way the ball travels through to the keeper, Timmers, and the shape back into the right-handers. That is what the best in the world could do. If you look at the Trent Bolts of the world, the Mitchell Stark, Mitchell Johnson, as soon as the left armer swing the ball back into the right-handers, it becomes very difficult. So definitely a prospect for the future with a great skill set.
Yeah, because the natural variation, you talk about the ball swinging back to the right-handers, but just naturally, every now and again, one won't swing. And it's a natural variation with the angle, brings in both sides of the bat, the inside edge and also the outside edge. So that makes a quality left-arm seamer that can swing the ball back so valuable. Siaplaiki is entrusted with a new ball from the Hainault River end. Wide, starts off wide. It's airborne. That's the end of Marcus. Ackerman just couldn't get going in this short form, this tournament. He hauls out to deep point.
Yeah, that's a big wicket for Siaplaiki. Good catch by Jason Rolls. You can see he got in line. The right ball there, the right shot. Unfortunately picked out at deep point. And he'll be very, very disappointed. Good player. And they find themselves 2 down with only 7 balls in this first innings. And they're under pressure. I think it's a bit early here for Blake Simpson. Coming in here against a new ball. I think he would have enjoyed just to be in the dugout a little bit longer to look at Marcus Ackerman. But nonetheless, Similani and Simpson. Similani only faced the one delivery and Blake Simpson just joined him at the crease now. So they will have to rebuild if they can get any sort of total that can be potentially defendable.
One feels it's almost a trap because it's a favorite shot of Ackerman. He's short in stature, he loves the cut and maybe the pull. So that point fielder has deliberately been put down there and he hit it straight down his throat, unfortunately. But a plan that came together for the Lions, the DP Old Lions. Run out! Problems. There was problems if he hit. The youngster, Blake Simpson. Yeah, played a nice innings yesterday, this morning, in this morning's game. Got a first baller. Nearly got himself into trouble with that run. Also a massive talented youngster. Hits the ball pretty hard.
Yeah, good line again by Siaplaiki to the right-hander. And what impressed me most about that previous run, I know Blake Simpson took off there and there was a bit of risk, but good fielding from Mitchell van Buren and the way that Mortuza Manak, the young right-arm off-spinner of the Lions, managed to back up the throw just shows that in intensity in terms of the fielding team, which I think is so important as the modern-day cricketer to make sure that you lift your energy. We spoke about 50 over and T20 cricket, how important fielding is, and I must say, in T10 cricket, it becomes more and more of the same, that it's such an important part of cricket.
Flicked up in there, Similani is gone. He's had his own struggles through this tournament. Yeah, one feels maybe number 3 is a little bit too high for him. He couldn't make the best of his opportunities. He's gone for a duck. And the Lions are smiling, where the Dolphins is in deep trouble. They've lost their 3rd wicket within 10 deliveries. 8 for 3.
Yeah, definitely not sure enough for that shot to be played. Right across the line, top end of the bat. Easy catch for Manak. And now the 2 youngsters here for the Dolphins. Ross Coetzee, the Kernsney College old boy. He broke some records at school. A very good accomplished batter. Getting an opportunity here to play in this Metro Cup T10. Like to see how he's going to approach the situation with fellow batsman on the other side, Blake Simpson, a Westville old boy. So the schoolboy cricketers coming through the ranks here in the Durban region. hope to see they can make some inroads in this contest.
See how Blakey's having a laugh. He must think it's the easiest game ever. 4 deliveries, 2 for 1. Yeah, you take it as a bowler when it comes your way. There's so many. Oh, what a quick bouncer. Absolutely nowhere Ross could see it. Didn't expect that. But I was going to say, you take it when they come, because there's so many times that you get smashed around the park. That's the end of the over. A fantastic over. Only the 1 run. No, there's another delivery to come. For Sia Plaiki. I'm just thinking of this morning. He took a pounding, and now 2 for 1 at this stage. So whenever that comes to you, take everything that you can out of this as a bowler. Quick run. No timing, but they get through for a single.
I think you'll agree with me, Johan. Very economical actions here, Plaiki. Nice upright, and he generates some good pace with not a lot of effort for his action. So it looks like a nice repetitive action that can just become better and better. And as you rightly mentioned, with the coaching staff and the personnel they have within their structure, there's definitely a lot of guidance and a lot of advice that can come towards him. So nice to see that there's some seamers within the ranks of the Lions.
That's middle, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost to a lot of these youngsters, these young kids, has got the skill. It's almost to fast track your experience. And if you've got guys like Alan Donald and Hashim and Eddie Burrell, who's highly regarded as one of the best coaches around the world, you've got that in your camp. That gives you the opportunity to speed track and gain information from these guys, and not only technically, but how the game is played, and that speeds up your experience and makes you a much rounded cricketer faster. And that's actually all that experience is. You know how to handle situations, you stay calm, all those type of things. So the Lions, Mr. John Olive Wright and everybody around him is certainly building a strong setup, and it shows in their results in the last couple of years. Nice pace. Too quick. Hits the gloves hard. Head high through to the keeper. Not scared to use his variations in bounces. It's always difficult when you're looking for somebody, especially if somebody swings the ball and there's movement. You're so focused on that. So many times the bumper is the surprise delivery, and those are the guys that can really surprise you.
Yeah, and the bumper is the one that takes your feet away, and that creates the waste of dismissal that can come into play with playing off the crease, the court behind, or the plate onto your stumps or the LBWs. So very well executed, and here you could see change of plan, change of field, and the deep point, the deep cover, and the long off out to the fence.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. I was thinking that the ball before. This is going to be a noble free hit. They are under such pressure. Why would you want to go full and wide at this stage of the game? It's not in a power play. Hit the length that's been successful, I think, is this poor planning from the Lions. When you've got a team, they were 13 for 12 for 3. Let them make the play first. In my opinion, the effort was there to go full and wide, which is that's what the field says to you. I think it's too early, and we've spoken about it so many times, overthinking things.
Change of pace there by JJ Basson. Michel van Buren comes round and he saves the second run. I just got to have clear plans here. I'm not sure. They're so far ahead of the game. 10 for 3 at that stage. So no need to change. But let's see the discussion here between captain and JJ Basson. Looks like they're going to change the field back to the way it was. Point come back into the circle. Fine leg and third man goes back. So I still need one more player in the circle. You only got 3 in the circle. Who will it be? Bit of work to be done there. The third man comes back into the circle. Still, for me, it allows that option for the batsman to free his arms outside the off stump. I would prefer to have one of the leg side fielders in with the pace and the bounce that he gets.
Big appeal. No doubt. I like this more. Attacking. Give yourself a chance. They're 3 down. Keep attacking. The previous option felt to me like a bit of a defensive option, and say, okay, we've got them. Let's try and keep. I think you can, when you've got them down, step on the throat. You've got a wicket-taking bowler. There is a little bit of swing. Yeah, keep attacking. Take as many wickets as you can. There, bowling. Hit hard length. I like this plan a little bit better. I even think he can bring up his mid wicket and send your third man down. That will be for me ideal, but easier said than done when we're up here. 2020 vision is easy from the comms box.
Yeah, for me also that's the first prize in terms of field setting. Extra pace, extra bounce that he possesses to give him that safety with third man down. End of the third over there for JJ Basson's second over. The Dolphins find themselves at 19 for 3. And here we could see that one delivery that we spoke about when he changed the field, full and wide. And Simpson was not going to miss out there. Easy pickings over third man for 6, just to get him a bit of momentum. Now JJ finishes a lot of spell here. 2 overs, 1 for 17. And still very tidy.
Spin for the first time in this match. Ngabam Peter, international player. He's played a few games for Africa. He's had that taste. Another youngster that's got a lot going for him. And as I mentioned, still a youngster. Normally leg spinners get into their prime a little bit later. So a long blooming career ahead of him. Starts short and wide. If he keeps bowling like that, it's not going to happen. But he got put away to the boundary. He'll know exactly that is not the line and length.
Yeah, Ross Kusia's first boundary. What also impressed me from the start of Naba Peter when we saw him on our television screens was the pace that he bowled out of the hand. It's so important for him to keep up with that, but not to give any room outside the off stump. That's a better delivery. Lovely shot by Ross Kusia. And the show-wise, that's a good strike over the cricket ball. Over pitch by Naba Peter. And the position that Ross Kusia got himself into early showed his class, and he hit him straight over his head for a maximum.
Have a look at the head position when we see this on replay again. Almost like a brevis. Head's down. He keeps his head down for a long time, and then he follows it. Make sure that ensures that you keep your shape and you don't pull out. Reverse sweep. This one cut off by Basson. The tall, lanky left armour.
Yeah, good fielding. I must say that Ross could see a lovely shot. He had 2 fabulous years with Kearney College, and the guy in front of him, Hayden Bishop, broke the school record. And then for 2 years, Ross Kusia chased him. I'm actually not 100% convinced if Ross Kusia managed to beat the school record that Hayden Bishop got the year before. But 3 very good years with a lot of runs, scoring ability between the 2 players at Kearney College. Bishop is currently playing for Tuks. He's between the first and the second side of University of Pretoria also. So also a handy left-hand opening batsman that moved away from the Dolphins. Two balls remaining still in this over. Already 12 runs conceded by Naba Peter.
Delicately played. Kutsia shows that he's not only about brute strength, uses the pace of Naba Peter. Again, it's too wide. with the short boundary on the offside, but this time just guide it down to short third.
Yeah, very good touch of class there by Ross Coetzee, and ability and adrenaline that runs away in T10 cricket. Still to have the clear thought process is to use the pace of the ball and just dab it down for an easy boundary. Shows his class.
Massive. This time it's an expensive over. It's gone for 22 runs, Ngaba Peters, at the hands of Ross Coetzee. This was handed on the legs. Tried to straighten his line, but easily picked up for a massive six.
Yeah, it just shows you in this format how quickly things can change. They found themselves at 10 for 3 after 2 and a bit overs. And quickly after that, no ball, full toss from JJ Basson. Things changed quickly and they back in the hunt here. 41 for 3, over 10 runs and over. Only the 3 wickets down. And it brings another change here. From the pavilion end, Rafiq Patel is going to replace JJ Basson.
Yeah, my idea, my feelings about Ross Coetzee, you've seen him maybe a little bit more than me. I think we've seen better technicians from the youngsters, but I just get the feel that he knows how to score runs. He's one of those guys that works out where's his strength. And what does he do? This is massive. This is massive. The pendulum has swung in the opposite direction for the Dolphins and the Lions. The momentum has turned, and 28 runs in the last 7 deliveries.
Yeah, in a space of 9 deliveries, this whole flow of the game changed completely. Coetzee and Simpson, good ball strikers, both of them. And this was a bit of a easy hit for Simpson. Just banged into the wicket halfway by Patel. No real pace behind the ball. But very good ball striking by these two players. And they're back in contention.
Pressure on Patel. 6 again. 6 again. It's 2 balls, 2 sixes. This is massive. Towards the changing rooms. And as I've mentioned earlier, the momentum has swung towards the Dolphins.
Yeah, we've seen him yesterday. Blake Simpson, when he hits the cricket ball, it stays hit. Great timing once again. Long levers into the pavilion here, into the grandstand. Look at that. Strong base, strong position, right through the ball. And a fabulous 6 to get him going here with alongside Ross Coetzee. So these two batters have really stepped on the paddle and made sure that they're going to take this game very, very deep and give themselves the best chance to still be in contention to get into that final tomorrow.
Straight away, change the plan. Extra fielder goes out on the offside. So the line is going to change. Wide outside off. So classy. So classy. Adjusted. Third man is not there. You can't bowl with this field without a third man. But so nicely guided down to third man. That is pure class.
Yeah, I always like it when guy got the ability to hit maximums. And then obviously when the situation requires it, he uses some class there just to use the pace of the ball and open the blade of the bat to get inside of third man for another boundary.
Flat, massive, smashes into the Villas. Was it through the window? Is taking a liking to Rafiq Patel. 22 of 4.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better. You took the words out of my mouth. Definitely took a liking in Patel here. 4 boundaries in a row. But the bat speed and the power behind that shot is immense power. Lovely shot. Incredible, classy player here. And the best of him is yet to come. We've seen glimpses yesterday. And he showed us again here of some incredible ball striking ability by the young Simpson.
He makes it look easy. There's we found it eventually up in the clubhouses on the embankment where a lot of the clubs used to reside themselves, boxes, the club cricket teams. That was smashed at a flat trajectory. Yeah, you just feel Rafiq Patel is that perfect speed and pace for someone like Blake Simpson. He's got 31 of 9 flying, and don't forget about Ross Coetzee, who took apart the previous over of Ngaba Peters for 22. Six more, 28 of 5, too easy.
Yeah, that's fabulous ball striking once again by Blake Simpson. A bad delivery by Patel, just that length. He missed the block goal there. Looks like he was going to go for the Yorker. Into that hitting zone, easy pickings. And head still, nice base, great timing. And another maximum for Simpson. And the Dolphins moved it on nicely to 69 for 3. And 1 ball left in the 5th over.
You'll feel he missed out. Length ball, but nonetheless, 29. The most expensive over we've seen thus far in the Dafabet Metro the T10 Cup. That's going to be the end of 5th. That's going to be a change in commentary. Next voice you'll hear is Ken Borland and Kobus Pienaar.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Good to have Ken back with me here, halfway stage of this first inning, 70 for 3. After a very good start by the Lions, it completely changed in the second part of that first 5 overs. 10 for 3, swiftly moved on to 70 for 3, and you can look at the scores there. Blake Simpson find himself in 38 of only 11 deliveries, and Ross Coetzee 24 of 11. Change of bowling here from the Enos River end. Zakwan Patel, the right-arm leg spin bowler, into the attack. And thinking back to yesterday, Simpson really enjoys facing spin bowlers. So a good challenge for him here in this afternoon's contest.
Hit back over the bowler's head. Yeah, the fielders do get there. It's a challenging time for a leg spinner to come on with the flow, the momentum. So much with the batting side. Just so impressed with the way these two young batters have gone about things. Coming in at 8 for 3, they did not panic. Ross Coetzee initially had most of the strike and just played clever cricket. And there's another example, but just hit it a bit too straight, too short third man. They get the run though. Just played clever cricket initially. And then once they got in, they've launched an absolute bombardment on the Lions. Blake Simpson's showing what he's got, 39 of 12. Coetzee 25 of 12. We seem to have a player who's going to require a bit of attention there. I'm not sure if the ball struck his shin or whether he pulled something in diving behind that ball. It looks like it's Sia Plaiki, which is not good news for the Lions, given that he has been far and away their best bowler. 2 for 2 in the 1 over he bowled.
Yeah, he was very handy with the bowling. A very good piece of fielding there. He saved a certain boundary from the reverse sweep of Ross Coetzee, and in the process hurt himself. Doesn't look too serious. Doesn't look like he's going to leave the field. It looks like there's a bit of magic spray from the team doctor or the team physio there, but both umpires have joined in on the party. Looks like they need a cup of tea there on the Pretoria afternoon sun, but not too serious. Mr. Kluter, a lot of experience there, will soon rectify the problem so that we can move on. But I can't agree more with you with the impressive nature of these two young batters and how they handled the situation. And I like what Johan also said, Ross Coetzee, and that's for me a classical example of Ross Coetzee in terms of his technique and the way he goes about his business. He's just got an understanding of what works for him, and that's the most important thing about batting. There's no pictures in the scorebook. You need to find a way that you can maximize of your ability and your way of play. And I must say these two players are looking very comfortable in the way they put the situation together. Simpson more of a power hitter, and Ross Kutsia you could straight away see a bit more of a busy player who's going to look to manipulate the field and hit in funny areas.
So true, that's Kobus. And they're a good combination as well because of those differing strengths. Siaplaki took a nasty blow to the forearm, I think, but he shaked it off. He seems okay to go. And Zakwan Patel, good start to his over. We want to continue with that with his third delivery now. This one flighted up a bit more. And they will just get the one.
Yeah, it's a difficult conversation and a point that I want to make now, but it looks like if you look at this leg spin contest between Patel and the previous over of Peter, it just looks like a little bit slower through the air. Pace off is a bit harder to hit, where that one-dimensional pace, great, wrong one, completely done him, and that he will look on the replay again, very, very well bowled by Zakwan Patel. He beat him on the inside, the wrong one out of the back of the hand, highly skilled delivery, leg spinner's favourite delivery, and the big wicket and a big partnership breaker. He got the end of Ross Kutsia, very well bowled and well deserved.
Well, you just feel the googly had to come because the short boundaries on the offside, tough for the leg spinner to keep bowling leg spin under those circumstances. But that's a beautiful googly, pitched in just the right spot so that if it goes through the gate, it's going to hit the stumps. And this over is proving possibly to be another big shift in momentum.
Yeah, he almost celebrated before that ball hitting the stumps. You could see he done him in the flight and he realized where that ball was going. And as I rightly said, that is the best way of dismissal for a leg spinner to get the wrong one right. The skill level to bowl that delivery is one of the most difficult balls to bowl in cricket, and to execute it to that perfection says a lot.
Absolutely well done, Zakwan Patel. Now needs to finish his over well. 2 overs remaining. Oh, very nearly got another one through. Ramesh and Pillar, the big drive. As a batter, I think you've also got to look at short boundary and think that, you know, the googly is likely to come. Doesn't want to allow you to hit over extra cover. But he wants you to think you can.
Yeah, Ramesh, and also a very good striker of the ball. We've seen how dangerous he can be in the earlier game today. But nonetheless, a very good first over to break the partnership and to stop the momentum that the Hollywoodbets Dolphins had. Zakwan Patel picked up the big wicket of Ross Kutsia, and he only went for 5 runs in his first over. 1 for 5 after 1. So a very good comeback.
Here's our colleague and Titans manager of amateur cricket, Kagiso Masibulele, just doing some visiting on the grass banks. Nice to see a bit of a crowd has come in. Lots of kids on the banks playing. And it's a very nice atmosphere here at SuperSport Park. So leg spin at both ends now. Garber Peter, 22 he went for in his first over. He's bowling to Blake Simpson on 40 off just 13 balls. Oh, that's the slider. Yeah, Simpson the second time round practicing probably the right shot to that ball.
Much better first 2 deliveries by Nawa Peter. Firmly struck down the ground. Only the single. Simpson moves to 41 of 15. And it's important for him to keep the momentum now, to make sure that he rebuilds his next partnership with Ramesh and Pillay. They didn't lose track and fall away in this setting of the score in this last fixture.
Pillay, it's a meaty strike, but on the bounce too long off. Yeah, we midway through the 7th over. Realistically, The Dolphins should certainly get 100. And they could push that to 110, 120, which we've seen so far in this tournament will be extremely competitive. Straight down the ground. Two fielders converging. Don't collide. Mitchell van Buren. It's Moretsa Manak. Brilliantly done. He had a fielder in his eye line running across, and he's completed a fantastic catch.
Yeah, very good innings from Blake Simpson. Comes to an end, and he'll be very disappointed with so much time left in this game to leave it out there. He only faced 16 deliveries for his 41. Very good striking. But a great comeback here by Naba Peter. He shows his class. He pulls back in length there, and he gets the vital wicket of Blake Simpson. Heine Viljoen will join Ramesh Pillay. He had a good innings this morning. Unfortunately, run out on that second run, so important for him to get going again. But I couldn't agree more with you, Ken. They can't get less than 100 from the position they found themselves at the halfway stage. Already you see a bit of a collapse here of both in batters had to make their way out to the boundary. So important for Ramesh Pillay and Heine Viljoen, if I'm not mistaken, which I would say is the last two recognised batters here before the bowlers and the all-rounders come in to make sure that they use the bulk of these deliveries remaining.
Absolutely. Heine Viljoen batted really well yesterday. 30-odd off a dozen balls. Run out this morning, a real pretty freakish run out, to be fair. Coming back for the second. Great bit of fielding by Martin Bakker down on the boundary. Diving save. It's just the wrong line from Peter. And put away for 4. Bakker, great diving save. Got the ball in, got the throw away quickly to wicketkeeper Leon Cachet, who was about 10 metres from the stumps, and he just kind of deflected it behind him with the ball with his glove onto the stumps to run out Viljoen. But he's going to be a key man, no question.
Yeah, nice way to open his account in this encounter.
Oh, no ball. Oh, no. It was a good delivery. He slowed it up, tossed it up a bit more, but he's overstepped. Oh, Ngaba Peter.
Yeah, captain and a bowler's nightmare. If your slow bowlers, your spin bowlers start to overstep, unnecessary pressure and a free hit here for Heine Viljoen.
Nice way to get your innings going. Ball sliding down leg, and 2 balls later, a free hit. Oh, Peter's done well. Quicker and wider. And good piece of wicket keeping too by Neil Timmers. So 7 overs gone. 82 for 5. The Hollywoodbets Dolphins. Ngaba Peter has ended with 1 for 29 in his 2 overs. Not a bad second over, certainly. Went for 22 in his first, so he's done well coming back. And Zakwan Patel, very impressive first over. He'll bowl again.
No, he started the comeback for the Lions with that breakthrough of Ross Coetzee. So he definitely earned the second over. So let's see what his plans will be. Once again, good pace. Stayed low a bit. Ramesh Pillay used the depth of the crease there quite nicely. Threw it down to deep, long on for a single. But momentum has definitely shifted towards the Lions.
Yeah, Zakwan Patel is quite a bit shorter than Ngaba Peter. So different sort of bowler to face. He's not going to get the same bounce. Beautifully struck, but has he got underneath it too much? Long off backpedaling? No, it just gets over his head for 6.
Yeah, it looked like JJ Basson there, if I'm not mistaken, on the fence. No, I think it's Jason Rolls on the fence with a long sleeve shirt. He was always in contention to catch the ball, and just enough timing there from Heine Viljoen to get a maximum.
Made a lovely noise off the bat, and he's gone again. Over extra cover, 1 bounce for.
Yeah, 2 very good shots by Viljoen, technician. A very, very good cricketer. He's made some strides in his development the last 2 years. Very good gloveman, good batter. And it just shows his class here. Conventional cricket shots of a good base. And straight away, as we asked for him to get this partnership going again, he's doing just the right things.
That's going to just be one if the fielding is secure. It is. Yeah, Viljoen moving to Durban a couple of seasons ago to try and get some Division 1 cricket. And it's really worked out well for him. He's been a really good performer for them, gritty in that middle order. Tidy wicketkeeper as well. Bowled him, the googly again. Well, we saw Ramesh and Pillay beaten early doors against Zakwan Patel. And that time he gets it straight through the gate onto the stumps.
Yeah, good comeback from Zakwan Patel. 2 behind already in the over. He stayed in the fight and he picked up his 2nd wicket. And as we rightly said, now Brendan O'Brien, the captain of the Hollywoodbets Dolphins, will make his way to the crease. But now it's for the all-rounders and the bowlers to come. So the renowned batters are a thing of the past. Only Viljoen left, and then the all-rounders and the bowlers to come.
Well, Zakwan Patel certainly gives that googly a good rip, doesn't he? It turns a mile. Patel, 2 for 17 now. 1 ball left in his allotted overs.
Yeah, a lot of spin bowling options in this Lions side. If you look at Jason Rolls and Mortaza Manak, who's renowned for their left-arm spin and right-arm spin respectively. Lovely bowling again. Once again, Brendan O'Brien up and down. Runs past the wrong one again. And he picks up his 3rd wicket. And that's a great return for Zakwan Patel and the Lions. 3 for 17 in these 2 overs. He will be very pleased with his afternoon's work for the Lions.
And Brendan O'Brien will be fuming at his batting today. It really hasn't troubled the score as much. So, Zakwan Patel ends his spell with 2 wickets and 2 balls. Won't get the opportunity for the hat-trick. Well, O'Brien targeting the leg side, so he was playing for the googly. But, yeah, just underestimated how much it returned. Siaplaki is back into the attack to bowl the penultimate over. 94 for 7, the Dolphins.
Yeah, also an important over in the context of the game. The floating power play with only 2 guys outside of the 30-yard circle will be bowled by Siaplaki. So you can see the plans here. Looks like he's going to come most likely round the wicket and bowl that wide Yorkers towards the long boundary. You can see that deep point and that square cover sweep on the offside being put in place. So 4 fielders on the leg side in the circle. Short, fine leg, square leg, mid wicket and mid on. And then you got your 3rd man in the circle, extra cover and mid off. That's your guys in the circle.
Hit leg side by Viljoen for the single. Difficult with only 2 fielders allowed on the boundary. It does give the batter the opportunity with the 3rd man up in the ring just to try and deflect it either side. Well, preferably you'd want to get it between short 3rd man and the wicket keeper. Hit over, extra cover. It's a good strike. Plugs a little bit, but it'll still run away for 4.
Yeah, a bit predictable the plan here from Siaplaki, but nonetheless a very good shot for Kubani Mkuna, his first delivery that he faced, he did over extra cover. The length was right and he got underneath it and he opened his account with a boundary.
Just too much width, and it was a bit short as well. It was a bit of a hit-me delivery from Sia Plaki there, and Kobani Mokoena obliged. Just a slight change in the field now. The deep cover is going around to being more of a deep extra cover, and the extra cover in the ring is now almost at a cover point inside the ring. Oh, right idea. Would have been a wide, though. It's a no ball. That takes preference. So another no ball bowled by the DP World Lions. They got away with the last one. Will they get away with this one?
Yeah, and a free hit on the cards here. An interesting way for them to get to the 100 mark. 100 for 7. And they got 10 balls left in their innings. And a free hit here for Mokoena. So that will be quite interesting to see what he will do. You can see the plan here. He's going to try and attack that wide Yorker outside the off stump. How will Mokoena respond?
Well, it's another wide, so the free hit transfers onto the next delivery.
Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are, Ken. I know what they're trying to do with the long boundary and bowling that wide Yorkers, but if you look at the field change there where you put point in and he actually moved the sweeper more to the extra cover line, he's actually putting a fielder for a bad ball. If you're going to execute your plan here and hit the line there, that wide Yorker, the ball's either going to go to that deep point or to the square fielder, not necessarily to the fielder more in front of square. So a bit of a change.
Agreed. This one is skied off the edge. It's going to be taken well. No, it went down. He
took the catch, but remember, the free hit over.
Sorry.
Yeah,
caught me out.
Yeah, so very good awareness there by Jason Rolls to realize they need to get the ball in to try and get the run out. But nonetheless, very good fielding and well bowled by Sia Plaiki.
Pay attention, Borland. Jason Rolls way more alert than I was.
It's been a long day, Ken. We must say it now. 80 overs here in the trenches. But nonetheless, very good cricket to watch. Oh,
that's going to be another no ball fight this time. Oh, my word. Another free hit coming. And 4 buys. My word, this over's falling to pieces a bit for Sia Plaiki. It's quite a difficult skill to master, I think, this right arm around the wicket bowling wide Yorkers. It's something you really need to have trained and grooved well in the nets. Not saying that Sia Plaki hasn't worked very hard on it, but doesn't seem to be coming naturally to him at the moment. Free hit. Launched away towards cow corner. Just a 4, very nearly 6.
Yeah, he was brilliant in his first over. Sia Plaki only conceded 1 run and picked up 2 wickets. And unfortunately, his second over a little bit more expensive. A couple of extras also that hurt him. And it sort of allowed the batters to play with a bit more freedom. Still got 2 deliveries to complete in this over. Already went for 16 in his 1.4 and still picked up the 2 wickets early doors.
Yeah, with the 4 buys, the over has cost 17 in terms of the scoreboard. Make that 23. Over long off, very good hit by Kobani Mokoena.
Yeah, that's a fabulous shot. He missed his lens there. Enough room for Kobani Mokoena to get underneath the ball. And you can see here the body language of the captain, Mitchell van Buren, needing to pick up the ball. He's not really enjoying it, and he's changing his field back to the way it was. So, not very happy with the returns of his senior bowler.
Yeah, and you used the word predictable earlier in the over. Mokoena knows exactly where the ball was going to be. So, unless you land it perfectly, it's easy for the batter to latch onto it. Change the plan, Plaki over the wicket now to Mokoena with a more standard field. length and skied down to deep and on. Take it. Plucky has a third wicket, but it's come at some cost.
Yeah, very good catch by Richard Seratwane here. He got an opportunity to play in this afternoon's game. And underneath the ball, Mokoena skied it straight up in the air. And the safe hands of Richard Seratwane gave him his third wicket and a good comeback. You could see Mitchell van Buren wasn't completely happy with his plan to change his line of attack to go over the wicket, but it worked in his favour. 6 balls to come, and Tristan Lees has joined Hannu Viljoen in front of the stumps for this last over.
Well, Tristan Lees is a handy hitter of the ball in the lower order. But one does feel that Dolphins want Hannu Viljoen to have the bulk of the strike in this final over. They've already got a good score, already got a competitive total, but they'll be looking to try and push this above 130. And pressure on Rafiq Patel. Had a horror first over, 29 runs off it. He just seemed to be putting the ball there, but there wasn't enough energy behind the ball. Very few changes of pace. And so this is a big over for the DP World Lions. Everyone else has bowled their 2, though. Oh, not the start Patel would have wanted either. 2 wide, over short third man for 4.
Yeah, he went for 29 runs in his first over. Blake Simpson got a liking in him. And here, once again, a Blad pan. You can see that ball short and wide outside the off stump, and Hannu Viljoen just helps it for a boundary. But you can see the 4 boundary riders on the leg side, fine leg, deep square, deep mid wicket, and long on, and he bowls short and wide. So no clear plan here, and he's under the pump.
Got to get it straighter. That's better, but a good strike. It's not going to be good enough. It's put down. Oh, it was a better delivery, and it drew the miss hit. But unfortunately, long on couldn't hold on to a running catch.
Yeah, much better delivery. Unfortunately, the drop chance there in the deep. Better execution towards his plan. Should have taken that catch, unfortunately. If I'm not mistaken, Ruben de Tooy dropped the catch.
They'll run hard for 2. Good running by Mokoena. Viljoen will keep the strike.
Yeah, good running by Tristan Lees. He realized that Hannu Viljoen moved swiftly to 24 10 deliveries for him to have the most of the strike in this last over to get them the best chance to get a competitive total.
Oh no, another catch goes down. DP World Lions just letting things slide in these death overs. We've seen no balls, we've seen wides, a couple of drop catches, and what is already a formidable total is being given a boost by some unforced errors.
Yeah, definitely untidy the last 2 overs by the Lions. A couple of drop chances here in this over also, which can stop the flow of runs.
That's a good beat straight down the ground. Good fielding on the boundary by Ruben de Tooy this time.
A good strike first up by Tristan Lees for 2. Good position, strong base, down the ground. Nicely done in the deep by Ruben de Tooy. I think if there was a third umpire on duty, I would love to see that again. I think it might have been a boundary. Look at that boundary ropes moving there and touching the ball while he's still on the cushioning. But nonetheless, he got away with that one.
Oh, fires in the Yorker. Beautifully bowled by Rafiq Patel. Some good news for the beleaguered bowler. He's bowled a better over here at the death, and he has got rid of Tristan Lees for 2 of 2 balls.
Yeah, great Yorker. You could see perfectly executed on the line. full and straight. Tristan Lee's trying to make the most of it, but he beat him, and he realized he was outdone there by a very, very good Yorker. And they end on 129 for 9 after 10 overs. A very competitive total, one must say. That's the score we felt from yesterday. Should be in the region of a par score and a competitive score that you might be on the right side of the result. So there you can see Blake Simpson, Anu Viljoen, and Ross Coetzee as the three batters who made the biggest impetus in that scoring card. And there you can see Zakwan Patel and Zia Plaiki. Zia Plaiki for the DP World Lions got 3 wickets apiece in their allotted 2 overs. So in the balance here, and it will be a very good run chase here at SuperSport Park.
Not forgetting that if the Dolphins do manage to defend this good total, they will be into the final tomorrow against the Momentum Multiply Titans. If the DP World Lions do chase it down, then the second place in the final will be decided on net run rate between the Lions, the Dolphins, and Western Province, who will all have 2 points on the log. So this second day of the Dafabet Metro T10 Cup is going to come down to a very exciting conclusion. Do join us for that in a few minutes. Welcome back to SuperSport Park, and there you see on the screen what transpired in the first half of this game. Dolphins posting 129. They could have got a bit more. The Lions could have been a bit tidier towards the death and restricted them to a little bit less, but it's going to be a really interesting run chase here on Dafabet.
Yeah, I think from being 10 for 3, you take 129 every day. I think the Lions lost their plan a little bit. That one over, they went defensive. They had them, I think, 13 for 3 and went on the defense, and that changed the momentum. Myself and Quibus Pino was on air. And to get to there shows a lot of character for the Dolphins. It's a must-win for them. If they beat the Lions, they get into the final. So 130 is a formidable target. We've seen that there's only one score higher than that, and that was the Titans, and they won that game pretty easily. So 10 overs remaining in this day's play. A lot of action that we've seen. Can the Lions get themselves into position?
Of course, if the DP World Lions do manage to chase down the score, then the calculators will have to come out, because the other place in the final will be decided on net run rate. Globani Mokoena opens the bowling to Neil Timmers, who is lucky to escape first ball.
That was the Lions that lost the ball out last night. And the Dolphins has won a game, so I wonder if that's going to cost them the ball out if they win this game, because you get a level net run rate for that. We don't have on hand what the net run rate is for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins, but I just get that feeling it can cost them. And just like that, Ken is reaching for his iPad. He's going to see if he's going to find something out for us, but that could be interesting. But the Dolphins are in a strong position, one feels, at this stage.
Yeah, it's a good score, no doubt about it. And that's very nearly chopped onto the stumps by Ruben Detroit. It'll go for 4 instead.
Yeah, Mokoena, unfortunately, the one thing about Mokoena, we've seen him with the ball, all his variations, playing in the SA20. He has thoroughly impressed with the bat this afternoon. Showed that he can swing the willow just as good, so he can be sort of a bowling all-rounder in the future.
Absolutely. I see him as a very useful number 9. Nice little 16 off 7 balls at the death earlier, and that's a decent delivery there. Short and nicely put away by Timmers. Couple of bounces for 4.
Yeah, I feel we haven't seen the best of Timmers. We've seen a little bit of him in the SA20. Globani Mokoena, he normally uses the bumper to good effect. It's one of his variations. This one didn't just get it high enough. He's got a few slow balls, but neatly played, well in front of square. Quickly into position.
A little bit of pace taken off that delivery. I think Neil Timmers in particular will enjoy a lot more batting now in the bright sunshine than he did early this morning when he had to open the batting, when it was very overcast. Still pretty damp out there after all the overnight rain. Ball was moving about. That's cleverly played over short fine leg. Another boundary.
Yeah, one has to say not the best ball Mokoena has ever bowled. The line was poor, but it's the end of the first over. It's cost them 14 runs. They have to achieve 13 runs and over from here on in to make this a successful chase. So it's a good start for the DP World Lions.
Second over of the power play coming up. And it's going to be the young and talented Bayanda Majola who is going to bowl it. Getting his first bowl of the tournament.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've never seen him. It's one of the beauties of this competition. For all cricket lovers, there's new talent on show. Too wide, too short. It's not the way he wanted to start, the youngster, and then neatly put away by Ruben du Toit.
Just looking at that net run rate situation, although I haven't got exact figures. So, as you mentioned, Johan Lions lost in a bowl out on the first day. So that gives them 0.00, which would put them ahead of Western Province at that stage, who lost by 3 wickets, so would have a negative run rate. That's worked through mid-wicket for a couple. The Lions then lost rather heavily to Western Province this morning. Which quite possibly would put Western Province back ahead of them. Yeah, they lost with 20 balls to spare. Edged, just past wicketkeeper Filion. You got a glove to it, but couldn't hang on.
Yeah, bit of luck going to the DP World Lions, and this time Ruben du Toit. Fair delivery, good length, gave himself a bit of room. Yeah, just out of the outstretched fingertips, couldn't get a whole glove on it. Rockling it along the DP World Lions.
That'll just be one. The Dolphins, their defeat against the Titans earlier today, they lost with 13 balls to spare. So that means their net run rate would have taken less of a hit than the Lions did. So all of that means you imagine that the Lions need to win this game with a dozen balls or so to spare maybe. That's a tough ask. Oh, that's nicely struck by Timmers, but cleaned up by the deep mid-wicket. Can't quite get the gap at extra cover there. Oh, Bayanda Majola, my first look at him as well. And yeah, he's got a nice smooth run up, decent action, a lot of energy involved there, decent pace. Not a bad first over by him, although he did go for 13. 27 without loss after 2 overs. Just the sort of start the Lions would have wanted, pretty much up with the required run rate. Well, just a little bit better, actually, than the required run rate. Tristan Luss is going to bowl early in this innings, which I think is a good thing. We felt this morning that with the Titans opening pair flying, Tristan Luss was held back for too long. He's a strike bowler. They needed him to break that partnership. Oh, starts with a real half tracker, and he's going to get a wicket from it. Well, he's a wicket taker, and sometimes you get wickets with bad balls.
Yeah, sometimes Lady Luck is on your side. This time, for sure, to Tristan Lees. The field placing was set correctly for a bit of an outside line, outside that off stump, but it was short and wide. Any other day this can go for 4. Unfortunately, straight to the fielder. It's a good catch, looking into the sun. The toy has to depart.
Yeah, I didn't come out the middle of the bat. If it had, you're looking at 4 or 6, as you said, Johan. So the end of Ruben de Toy for 17 off 8 balls. Blake Simpson taking the well-judged catch down on the boundary there. Richard Seletwane comes to the crease. Doesn't get much white ball opportunity for the Lions. Now's his chance to show what he can do. Oh, and he spanks Tristan Lewis over extra cover for 4.
Yeah, it's a serious shot to announce yourself to the Dafabet competition, T10 Metro Cup. It'll help. It's a similar approach that the Dolphins are taking to the Lions, and where they lost the plot a little bit. They've straight away they've gone in a massive defensive with wide outside off, but the two fielders. Yeah, I know Lee's just got a wicket, but it should have gone for a boundary. It's almost as if they're taking that some of the options away, and he's getting smashed. He's getting smashed for his efforts. Again, 2 in a row from Seletwane. He says, bring it on.
Well, that was a quality shot. That was much closer to his body. And playing it on the up, really, Richard Seletwane. Clearing the infield, very well played.
Just by the field, looking at the field, you're asking your main strike bowler to bowl wide outside off with 2 fielders there. I'm not exactly sure if I agree. Goes wide again, gets smashed again. Yeah, that's what you get for this ploy.
Yeah, it's just a bit too predictable, isn't it? 4 balls this over. They've all been pretty much in the same place.
Should have been 5 fours in a row, or 4, I should say. Got a wicket, a lucky wicket with the first one. Hit it straight to a fielder, but the 3 after that he's paid the price. And Seletwane walked in and said, this is my game. He's obviously pretty strong on the offside. Now a change in the field.
Well, the offside has been strengthened, and he continues to bowl wide outside the off. Some could change the pace there, though. You want to see your fast bowler have the option of bowling it back of a length, straighter, pace off or pace on, but change the length a bit and the line.
Well, that's exactly what the Lions did. They had them 13 for 3 and went on the defense, which I don't quite understand. Smashed again. This time the fielder's going to cut it off. They had them 13 for 3, and for them to get to 129. For me, was the momentum swing and the game plan what the Lions then opted for. They went for a holding pattern. In SuperSport Park, there's no holding patterns. You got to attack and you got to take wickets. And from 13 to 3 for 3 to get to 129, it's either really good batting or some poor execution of the bowling skills. And I have to say it's maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I agree. They needed to break that partnership, the 4th wicket partnership. And they kind of went away from focusing on that. Their attention was on limiting the damage, which is very difficult to do in any form of cricket, any white ball cricket at SuperSport Park, never mind a 10-over game.
Yeah, it's almost as if there's this massive fear for the shorter boundary. I mean, let them take them on. If you let them hit them, first of all, let them hit them a couple of times from your links. Yes, then adjust. But it's almost a defensive ploy from not only the Dolphins. Now we've seen it a couple of times. So that fear of that short boundary is bigger than we thought.
Similani into the attack and strays and is put away for one bounce for. Well, he had a torrid over earlier today, and he'll be worried about that start. Yeah, and what you said about fear of the short boundary, yet we saw Zakwan Patel, the leg spinner, bowling for the Lions. Leg spinner with a short offside boundary to right-handers. But he used that to allow him to bowl the googly because he knew that's where they'd target him. So there they used the short boundary well as a bowling side. This is going to clear long on. Low full toss and well put away by Richard Seletwani.
Similani put to the sword today. I think we said it earlier. It just looks like that sort of pace that's comfortable to take to the sword. He hasn't got it in his lengths. He's hasn't hit his lines. He looks uncomfortable. And at this stage, it's help yourself to the batters. Earlier today, he got a massive beating. He needs to get his line and links right.
Well, he bowled well yesterday in the one game he played. Oh, wayward again, and 4 more.
Yeah, it's poor. Sorry, I have to say from a guy that's played a bit of international cricket, so be it, but it's pretty poor bowling this again. Have a look at this line. It's schoolboy stuff.
Yeah, even if Seletwani hadn't have hit it, it would have been a wide.
It's help yourself. It's help yourself there. You want to tell me that's international cricket standards? I'm sorry to say. It's I don't know if he's not concentrating or maybe, but it's Seletwani is taking advantage. He's moved to 27 of 8.
And the Lions are well ahead of the required rate. That's a lovely shot by Seletwani. What batting this is!
Yeah, it's another youngster. I think he's a youngster. I've not seen him, but he's making some names and he's hitting some serious cricket shots. Never seen him. We've seen some special talent up until this point. And here's another. This is, for me, the shot of the day. Gives himself room. Again, there's no attacking. Now he just wants to bowl so he gets hit to the longer boundary, but he's getting taken to the sword. And this very single-minded planning and bowling from Similani.
Oh, no. Well, it's going to pieces here. Unfortunately, it's going to be a free hit as well. Richard Seletwani, a couple of years out of school at Centurion, but you can kind of see the benefit that he's played a few games for the Lions at senior provincial level and just looks a bit more comfortable at the crease. Knows exactly what he wants to do.
You can look comfortable at the crease, but you need to have the skill and the talent to go at this rate. Go at 330 strike rate, so that's some serious going.
Oh, well, good skill again to get it on the offside. Nearly took off the head of bowler Andile Similani.
Yeah, he's either got the yips or something has gone on. He's got no clue where the ball is going. That nearly took his head off. Hopefully his finger is all right. Maybe a split webbing or something. One way to get out of the bowling attack is get it, and because you've been travelling all over.
Well, yeah, at this stage it might be a bit of a merciful act. Euthanasia almost to get him from the attack. Not nice to see a young cricketer have a horrible day like that, like this. So 25 off the over so far with 1 ball remaining. But Richard Seletwani, he's been outstanding. He's raced to 37. And suddenly the Lions need just 65 of 37 balls. So they're halfway and they haven't finished the fourth over.
They're going at 17s. Rate required is still 10.5, but with 1 wicket down, and the way these two are going, especially Seletrani, he is putting the sword to this Dolphins attack. Again, it's a very negative attack for me. It's try and protect a certain boundary. You're not looking to take wickets, and in the process, you're travelling, so you might as well go the positive route. And see if you can take wickets. That will be my view and my advice to any youngster out there watching. Make sure, there's times that you go for the Yorker and try and protect, but such early in the piece, you need wickets. And at this stage, the Lions is making good work of this chase of 130.
It's one of the things that makes cricket such a wonderful game, Johan, is how counterintuitive it is that in red ball cricket, which you would think is not about run rate generally, but teams can go searching too hard for wickets and therefore get in trouble as a bowling attack. In one-day cricket, where you feel run rate is the important thing, teams can go too defensive, forget about wickets, and then they also land themselves in severe trouble.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, and it's a point that I'd love to discuss. Maybe I'll have a word with AD tomorrow, or the bowling coaches from the Dolphins, and say, what's the plan? Why? Just maybe to understand their part a little bit, but from up here, obviously always easier from the couch and from the commentary box, but I don't see the intent of getting wickets and attacking. It's just a defensive setup. And it's cost both teams bowling attacks today.
Up in the air, keeper Viljoen running back, and nicely taken. Good work, Hanu Viljoen. And well done, Andile Similani, coming back to bowl the last ball of the over and getting a wicket for his efforts.
Yeah, well done. And even that's the first attacking option he's taken with the bumper. He's got protection there, but he's taken the bumper, taken it on, and make sure that's a lot of times an attacking option, a wicket-taking delivery, and this time it works for him. But what a knock. Seletrani is brought the impetus. He's climbed into the bowlers for Yun. Had to make a lot of meters to get to that one, even out of screen. A nice diving catch. End of the over, expensive one, but also important wicket.
Richard Seletrani, 37 off 12 balls. There you see his demise again. But he's done his job. He's given the Lions a wonderful platform here. 65 for 2 after 4 overs. So they've got 6 overs in which to double that score, and they win the game. Mitchell van Buren comes to the crease. Good to see Andile Similani belatedly try something a bit different. The short ball, the bouncer directed at the batsman and getting the wicket. We're going to have spin now to come on and try and stem the bleeding. It's the captain, the off-spinner, Prenelin Sobrian, who's bowling to the right-hander. Johan, you were talking about attack. Would you get a slip in there, or is that a bit too
that
ambitious?
might be a little bit ambitious, but just the lines that they were bowling in the plans, and it's so in the heads just to defend one side. So I don't think a slip is needed, but just make sure your bowling lines, your fielding positions is not one of only one way to do it, and getting wickets is the way to win white ball cricket. You know, the most successful T20 teams in the world take wickets. It's not the ones that can restrict batters. It's the one that to get them out.
and especially at a ground like this, as you said earlier, Johan. So Brian now to the right-hander with a short leg side boundary. Could be interesting. And straight away, Mitchell van Buren with the sweep from well outside off stump, but superbly executed. Goes all the way for 6.
He's looked good this morning, Mitchell van Buren. He played at a handy little knock this morning, so he'll be maybe the key to this run chase. Way outside off, pitches it, bunts it over.
So Brian tries to get it even wider, succeeds, and it'll just be a single to deep cover. He'll prefer bowling to the left-hander. Oh, firmly struck down the ground by Timmers. But long on does get across. Tristan Luss. .56 needed off 32 balls. There's still a power play over to be taken by the batting side. So you'd fancy the batting side to get this with still a lot of batting resources to come. And so you just think the Dolphins need wickets. Oh, takes it on the full. Again, the sweep, Mitchell van Buren. Second 6 of the over.
Yeah, same plan, full and white. It's only one plan but they're still travelling. So again, it's cost them this time. If you miss the batter knows that. So if you miss it's so predictable. The length he can chip you over for a 6. Yeah, you can see Sir Brian. His head is spinning now over the wicket. Change of plan. He's experienced enough to adapt.
Well, he has to make sure he doesn't get too straight again, and instead goes the other way, too wide. Because if he gets too straight, Mitchell van Buren's hitting with the angle and the spin. Goes again with the sweep along the carpet. 4 runs.
Finish, you're doing the interview.
85 for 2 after 5 overs. And Kuba Spina will take us home in the company of Jan van der Vat.
Thanks, Ken. They are in a superb position. Halfway, 85. They're needing less than 10 runs and over. Neil Timmers and Van Buren. Van Buren in this partnership has done all the damage.
Yeah, Tristan Lees needs to come back after that first over. 1 for 13, but we just felt like the plans was a bit one-dimensional. Here we could see a bit more of a split field. So let's see how he'll use that changes that he possesses. Bit of a hack again there by Neil Timmers. I would like to see a big strong lad just to keep his shape a little bit longer, look to it a bit straighter. But in this T10 format, it sometimes can draw you into that position that you looked for too much instead of just trusting your base and trusting your shape. And I must say the captain Van Buren with a lot more experience has showcased that to stand still, to trust his base, good position, good striking position, and he maximizes from that base. Lovely breakthrough for Tristan Lees. That's what he does. The big wicket of Mitchell van Buren needs to find his way back to the pavilion. 86 for 2 and 86 for 3 quickly. just after the halfway stage.
Yeah, that's what we want to see from Lees. We want him to strike, bowl good lines, pitch it up, some short ones. This time he gets to reward it with Van Buren. So now I think with 10 runs and over required, I still think the Lions is favourite, but now things can get a little bit more interesting. Brits, the new batter.
Yeah, he opened the batting in this morning game. He moved down more to the middle. Not 100% sure. Don't know too much about him, where he's more accomplished to bat in the middle or right at the top. Looks a strong lad, right-handed batter. Good running by Neil Thomas. You see the ball was in the gap between the two fielders. And he made sure that he turned and he was capable of making it easily for that second run.
Thomas has opened the batting, has not faced a lot of balls, only the 8 deliveries. So that could be sometimes tricky to keep your momentum and keep your rhythm. But we know he's a dangerous striker of the ball. He's been joined by Tian Brits. Not sure if there's any relation from him and Tamsin Brits. Who says no? He knows it. He knows them. It's a wild guess.
You're putting some words in my mouth there. It's a bit of a wild guess. I think we would have known if there was some relationship between the two, but nonetheless, a common surname in South African cricket. And I must say, after javelin career, she's done wonders for the Protea ladies and has been really hitting some big hundreds in the last couple of years. Yeah, you can see the back end of summer, actually early autumn here. The shades across the field, bowled again by Tristan Lees. Yeah, and it's actually incredible to see what nicked the stadium here at SuperSport Park is still in so late in the summer, in the early autumn here. You can see the temperature start to drop. This late rainfall we had is quite interesting, I must say. We didn't expect any cricket today, and we were fortunate to witness 4 incredible T10 games. A lot of promising young players on display here today. Some very good performances of bat and ball. So lovely to have cricket here at SuperSport Park.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rain up north here in South Africa, in Gauteng and Limpopo and the regions. Some to come before the winter finally arrives. It's about time, I feel. End of the over, successful one from Lees. Way better, way more attacking, way more options from that side. Impressive, that over. 91 for 3. Required run rate is now, let's call it 10. So a couple of big overs to come. Remember, there's still that floating power play over that can be called. We haven't really seen teams taken advantage of it. It's more than anything, it's cost them. So it will be interesting to see how the Lions is going to go about that power play over.
Bowling change here from the pavilion end. Copeland, he's been very good the last 2 days. Change of pace there, straight away into the action. That ball would definitely have missed the leg stump sliding down. But a very accomplished left arm spinner. Impressive the way he uses his pace. Changes his pace up and very accurate also. Nice to see him back into the attack. The challenge will be here for Copeland against the left-handed Timmers. Bowling into his arc. Good strong shot once again by Timmers. Nicely done by Simpson, and it turns for the second one. Oh, directly definitely would have been out. Unfortunately, Copeland didn't do the right work behind the stumps, but nonetheless, home for 2.
You always get the feeling Copeland thought that's gonna be a direct hit. Maybe if he gathered it, open left arm spin, smacked straight.
Dolphins are below Western Province at the moment, so they'll go further below. So Lions win, Western Province in the final. Dolphins win the opposite. So the Lions can't make it? No, they're like 3 runs over behind before this game. Yeah. So, I mean, what are we now? 7th over 30, 24, 35 still to win.
Once again, all the pace taken off there by Copeland. Makes it hard for Brits to hit through the line of the ball. Nonetheless, a good strike down to Simpson doing duty here in front of us in the commentary box at Deep Long Off. He's impressive the last 2 days, Johan. His ball striking. Simpson.
Again. Can't get hold of him. Copeland doing well. No boundaries yet. No boundary in the full over. So that's a good over. We just heard on the net runner, the Dolphins has to win to get themselves into the final. If Lions win, World Sports Betting Western Province gets into the final. So they know the Lions can't make it. It doesn't matter from here on in. They had to have a massive winning margin. They can't get there. So they know they've got a lot of freedom to play with. But if the Dolphins, if they want to play in the final, they have to win this game. Western Province sitting and watching, curiously, I suppose, to see in which game. Remember, there's 2 games again, 3 and 4, and obviously then the final. So it doesn't matter. You will be playing tomorrow. It just depends if you're going to be playing for the trophy or the wooden spoon.
Yeah, well said. I think you'll agree with me that I think the best final tomorrow in terms of quality over the last 2 days will definitely be a Titans and Dolphins final. The Western Province side are very young, very inexperienced side. And unfortunately, the Lions had that bowl out in the first game which they couldn't play. So all to play for. And important couple of overs here for the Dolphin. And none better than Brendan O'Brien to bowl this 8th over with all his experience and captain of this side.
33 needed of 17. Maybe a wicket or 2. You'd think the batting team is in favour. There's the one chance. Not even half. Not even close to it. Sun in his eyes. I think he got hands to it, but it looked like it hit him on the chest. I'm not exactly sure who's out there. Is it?
Yeah, it looks like Bayanda Majola, the young opening bowler, unfortunately, but I've done some duty there. I think you've also done. It's a very difficult day with the sun straight in your eyes, and this early autumn sun, which is quite lower. The trajectory of that ball must have been very, very difficult to track it all the way into his hands.
You can easily take one in the face. You can have sunglasses, anything. It doesn't help. That sun, especially this time of the year, is so difficult. Straight. The call is for 2. Not going to turn for 2. But still, boundaries are starting to dry up. We need 2 runs per ball, 15 deliveries to go, 31 runs. I just feel that feeling if they need to get Timmers out.
Yeah, you get a sense of urgency also. They will know what the score is here from a fielding side and all the experience from Brendan O'Brien. They'll get the message from the dugout here. And if you look at that fielding there from Simpson, you definitely sense a bit of belief and a sense of urgency here to get them into tomorrow's final. Wide signal there by the ever-experienced Mr. Johan Klute. Could see a good plan there to stay away out of that hitting zone from Timmers. He favours the leg side. He favours that mid-wicket boundary. So a clear plan here by O'Brien to stay out of that zone.
Yeah, and when it gets into the zone, it's Neil Timmers that sends him to the embankment. Still, for me, so predictable. The pace is, everything is fired in. You're getting hammered anyway. Try and take the pace. Try and get him with some flight and guile. Maybe as your mix up. But it's hard work. Bowlers in T20 up on SuperSport Park. The boundaries are pretty tiny.
Good strike once again. Good work out in the D by Tristan Lees. And that's the urgency I was referring to. So Brian, very expensive. One ball to come still. He already went for 50 runs and he's allotted 2 overs. Tristan Lees has finished. So the young Majola and Mokoena, ever experienced Mokoena, who's done actually very well for South Africa now in New Zealand and in the SA20, potentially to bowl the last 2 overs. So definitely a bit of pressure. I don't think they'll go with another spinner, although Copeland had a very good over.
The one thing that I do feel is we're going to have a humdinger. We're going to have a nail biter here. They're going to come back for 2. Lees can't stop it. It's good running. There was a hand on from Sir Brian, so it took some pace off it. End of the over. 32 with no wickets for Sir Brian and his 2 overs. 109 for 3. But we might have an interesting one. Back to my point. We've had some one-sided games, but we haven't had a nail biter. Maybe this is one. But remember, the floating power play hasn't been taken, and now it comes into play. It's compulsory now in the 9th over if you haven't taken it, which could make a difference. My question is, the Dolphins has to take this as a positive and try and get a wicket.
Yeah, that's the only way to break this partnership. You would fancy your chances as a batting side in this position you found yourself in here. 7 wickets in hand, 2 in batters. Timmers on 26 and Brett's on 9, and you only need 21 of 12 with only 2 guys outside, 2 fields outside of the 30-yard circle. So definitely in favour of the Lions here. But I must say, as I earlier mentioned, Mokoena impressed. So let's see what tricks he got up his sleeve.
Too short, too easy. Timmers puts it away. You've only got 2 fielders outside the ring. There's Neil Timmers that's in. He's on 30 now. So it's not a hard... I should rephrase. It's a very hard job for a bowler to come in now. But it's too short and too straight. You can see what he was trying. The slow ball into the wicket. I'm telling you one thing. Mokoena impressed me with the bat. Impressed me with the bat today.
Yeah, not what he intended to do. Wide signalled by the square leg umpire, Mr. Kluter. And things are just falling a bit away. And if you look at the situation spanning out in front of us here, we'll have a Titans Western Province final tomorrow. Then these 2 teams will play each other again in the wooden spoon match at 10 o'clock, unfortunately. I would have thought it would have been a better final with the Dolphins and the Titans. Nonetheless, cricket is a funny old game. And... looks like the Lions are playing Western Province into that final.
That's just schoolboyish from experienced guy. There's no one backing up. Every run is crucial at this stage. Marcus Ackerman having a shy, and the batter was back and easily jogged through for a single. Yeah, big 4 deliveries. They would like to get as close as possible, obviously, the Lions in this over. But how many can you leave your bowler in the last one? I would say maybe 10, 11 is defendable. But if you go to 8 in the last over, it's just too easy. It's 1 boundary away.
Great pick up there by Brett. We were debating where he's more suitable, in the middle order or the top of the order, and he shows us his class here. Slower ball from Mokoena, and he picked it up, and he hit it over that open, vacant mid-wicket boundary for a maximum onto the embankment here at SuperSport Park. And it looks like one-way traffic here for the Lions. 9 of 9, and the Dolphins only got themselves to blame to get into this position. But nonetheless, very good batting by these 2 youngsters of the Lions.
Yeah, looking to finish it in the second last over. It's better bowling. It's nice and full. Can't get underneath it. Only a runner ball from here. So you'd think 1 boundary would put you in a situation. But 2 good deliveries here. We've seen funnier things in cricket. Province should be happy. All the youngsters. Tomorrow is a new day. You never know. The Titans had a massive victory over Western Province, but it can all change. Everything changes. That is what makes this game so interesting. Slapped hard, just a single.
Yeah, it will be interesting for me to see tomorrow is what lineup the Western Province are going to come out with. If you look at their 3 games, they had 3 different batting lineups. So It will be interesting and quite nice planning for Rory Kleinveld, Kasim Adams, and Roger Telemakis as the coaching staff, the brain trust there with the captain, Daniel Smith, to see how they're going to go about things tomorrow. And that will be quite interesting.
Timmins has got 32 of 19. So 37 of 12. Zarkon Patel 3 for 17. Yeah, that's him.
Runner ball is needed. One over to come. 6 runs, and it's a massive risk opportunity. And I like this. The captain has gone for the spinner. He's said we need to get a wicket or two. We're not going to defend 6 runs. I don't mind that. Copeland, he's gone for 6 in his first over. So if he can create another over like the previous one, we're in for a bowl out.
Into the deck again there by Copeland. Only a single from Brits, and it got the dangerous Timmers back on strike. He's done the bulk of the damage of Richard Seletwana in this run chase. And now, unfortunately, Copeland will have to bowl into his hitting zone towards the short boundary. So let's see how this contest between the two is going to play out.
It looks like a wide outside the off plan with the field setting. Deep point, deep extra cover, deep long off, and 2 in the ring. So pretty clear. But what the batters has been able to do is walk across and flick it onto the short boundary. I think that will be the similar plan. Oh, keeper misses it. It's going to be 4 byes. Too easy. That should be the game. It's also a no ball. So that's the game. End of the game is a no ball and 4 byes. In my view, the game is done and dusted. The Lions chased down 130 with 5 balls to spare. That, according to our calculations, puts the World Sports Betting Western Province into the final tomorrow against Momentum Multiplied Titans. And as Quibus mentioned earlier, these two teams will take each other on for the 3rd and 4th place. But that is the final calculation still needs to be confirmed, but that is how we see it. Dafabet Metro Cup, the DP World Lions won by 7 wickets.
Yeah, all the handshakes in the middle. Disappointing finish to the game. You know, Hollywood got high standards, but nonetheless, a DP World Lions side have done well here to chase it down. Timmers at the middle, and there we can see the summary. Blake Simpson were very good. On his 41 of 16, Anifulun outstanding, 25 not out of 11 deliveries. Ross Kutsia impressed us, but the bowlers, Zakwan Patel, 3 for 17, leg spinner, break the game open. Sia Pliger got 3 for 22, and he's allowed to 2 overs. And then Timmers, the 32 not out, were brilliant in the run chase here with Tian Brits finishing on 18 not out. From the Lions point of from the Dolphins point of view, only Tristan Lee's 2 for 19 had an impact in the game. But that brings us to the end of today. 4 very good T10 games. And the DP World Lions convincing win by 7 wickets here to put the Western Province into the final tomorrow. So join us tomorrow again here at SuperSport Park for the 3rd and 4th place match starting at 10 o'clock and the all final between the Momentum Multiplied Titans and the World Sports Betting Dolphins Western Province at 12 o'clock. Have a lovely evening. See you tomorrow.
Our man of the match in this exciting match which saw the DP World Lions beat the Hollywoodbets Dolphins is Lions leg spinner Zakwan Patel. Outstanding return of 3 for 17 in 2 overs. That really changed the momentum of the Dolphins innings. Zakwan, T10, it can be a brutal format for spinners, but you adapted really well today.
No, it's definitely a very tough format. Just trying to back my skills. Anything can happen in this format, so just got to back your skills.
As a leg spinner, you bowled from the Henops River end with the right-handers in, and the short boundary on the offside, which is which just adds to the challenge really. But you really backed your googly, didn't you?
You got to back the skills. Got to do it. So I just backed it. Yeah.
Very brave of you. And as a young leg spinner, who are your sort of heroes growing up, role models?
There's a few. There's obviously Shane Warne, Rashid Khan now, Adil Rashid. So those few. Yeah, Adam Zampa also.
Very well bowled. You're looking forward to tomorrow and getting another win under the belt.
Yes, most definitely. Looking forward to it. Let's see where we're playing tomorrow, and then obviously we're going to back the boys to bring it home.
Thanks, Zakwan. Very well bowled.
Thank you, Mike.
So that's it from SuperSport Park today, the second day of the Dafabet Metro Cup T10 tournament. Join us tomorrow for the 3rd versus 4th playoff, which at the moment looks like it's going to be the Lions against the Dolphins, and the final, which will be the Momentum Multiply Titans up against the World Sports Betting Western Province. Tomorrow, from myself, Ken Borland, and from fellow commentators Jan van der Walt and Kobus Pienaar and the entire Pitch Vision team, a very good night.